All right, here we go. Looks like we're set for the 1995 off season. Just finished the 1995 season. Check out the prior video if you're interested in seeing what happened. I'll give you the little quick rundown though. We, as the Sky Sox, with our crazy ballpark, check out the prior videos to see what we did there. Modified the ballpark. We were, of course, first in all of these offensive categories. Not a surprise there. 13th in home runs because of our incredibly huge outfield. Um, First in base running, ninth in starters ERA, not bad. 13th in runs against, so definitely trying to make that better. Zone rating was fourth, so our defense was pretty good. Pitching WAR and FIP, of course, were high because we don't give up a lot of home runs. So even though we give up a lot of runs, so that our strategy, was try to get a lot of ground ballers, try to get a lot of guys with good movement. If they have good stuff like Sean Estes, that helps a lot too because you're not getting the ball in play, hopefully a lot. So some of these guys, I mean, actually a lot of our pitchers, park adjusted, league adjusted, ERA plus were above average, all but three of them. So, I definitely like where we're going, but we're going to need to keep adding pitching and defense. And honestly, probably hitting too. I mean, we got Francois was solid. Now, some of these guys, a lot of these guys' ratings have gone down because you may have seen it in the description. We have now imported the former major leaguers. So they had this season off. MLB folded. They got their payout, and now this off season, they're coming back as free agents. So they've hit the market. They can be signed. Depends on what the market value is, like what teams have what money. But because they were all entered, a lot of these guys dropped in their ratings. Like Pickering was like a 70. Now, granted, it depends on like the scouting accuracy, so sometimes those things change. But he's still pretty solid. I still like him a lot. Um, let's see, Batista. He's not quite as good. He had like much higher ratings before. I thought he was like a high prospect for us. He's still ranked kind of high, but with all these new players entered in the game, this stuff is going to change quite a bit. The prospect ranking and whatnot. So Lennon was a guy that he had very good ratings. In fact, can we look at his scouting history? Um, let's see. I guess does it go all the way? Yeah, it doesn't go all the way back. It's kind of just this year, 95. But yeah, if you saw what he was before, you would have seen like he was a stud. Now I don't remember if it was a very high scout like it is now, so maybe that has changed. And he's still like above average, except for striking out, but he's still above average or right around average in a lot of categories, especially defensively and running. But I don't know if I can count on this guy. I mean, he was a 108 OPS plus. I don't know if I can count on him to be a regular starter per se. We do have Ruben Rivera. He still looks pretty solid as far as the rating goes. He's fast. He's good at defense. He's got a good eye, good home run power. But it's not as good as we once thought, or as it was relative to all the guys that were here before all these new free agents have been inputted. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know how this went about. Like if the game, like I mean, I do know these guys have all aged like a year. So here's Bonds. It said he was in '94. He played just for their strike shortened season. It had those stats. No stats for '95, and so it's importing him like at the right time. But some of these guys have like declined significantly. So Bond's still good. Griffey's still good. Look at Bagwell. He sucks now. Now, that's an average scouting accuracy. So, but the OSA ratings show that he sucks too. So, I don't know. I guess, it's like maybe these guys are incredibly rusty. They're just not that good compared to all the other guys anymore. Frank Thomas still real good. McGuire sucks though. McGuire's similar to Bagwell. Here's Piazza. He's solid. Caminiti pretty good. Larkin is not what Larkin normally is. I wouldn't say he sucks, but he's not good. I mean, look at his defense. Like, I wouldn't take this guy. Now, it'll be interesting to see. Like, do these guys develop back quicker or something? I don't know. But he's got all these accolades still. So I don't know. I didn't do this all on purpose. I just kind of let the game figure it out. and so I don't know if I could even repeat it if I tried. But that's where we're at. Like Edgar Martinez, not very good. He's apparently really fast. In real life, I'm sure he was not, was he? Unless I'm missing something. Did he ever steal? Oh, that's strikeouts. I was like, he stole 61 bait. No, he stole 14 and 92. So he wasn't bad, but other than that, he never had an above. He never had a double-digit stealing year. So I'm correct in thinking that he wasn't this fast that the game showed here. So he got faster apparently over the offseason while not playing. But yeah, a lot of these guys they just haven't, they haven't been staying sharp. Walker, how is he? He was an MVP in real life in '95, still really solid. This is a low scouting accuracy. Here's the OSA ratings, still really solid. Usually, if you have one that says they're real solid, it's not going to be way off, I don't think. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these free agent signings. So some of the top free agents. This is all batters. Let's look at all players so we can look at some pitchers. I saw Maddox earlier was still real solid. Here's Nomo. He's imported. Now, I guess in real life, I think he pitched in '95. Yeah, he was a rookie in '95. So now he'll be a rookie in '96 in this game. Where's Maddox? He was still real good. Here he is. Only demanding 3.8 mil. Extreme. Now, he's a guy that I want to go after. High movement, pretty good stuff as well. So I got my sights set on him for sure. We're gonna try to get Maddox, and then maybe who else? I mean, our outfield was a strength this year, but we had Lennon, who I thought would do better. Now his ratings are a little worse. We do have Rivera though, who could be good. So I like any of those three guys, or any of those four taking the three spots. Francois, I don't know. He had a great year. He only had 300 at bats, which is, I shouldn't say only, but it wasn't a full season. But he played quite a bit still, and enough to prove yourself. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of open. I wouldn't mind some competition in the middle infield because otherwise I got Batista, who didn't do bad, but isn't standing out. Um, Either way, though, I think we'll be fine with those guys. We got Brito at third. He was 103 OPS plus, so 3% above average. He's real fast. He's good defensively. I like that. I'm really trying to stack up on defense by having such a huge ballpark. Bryant was an all-star. Very good gap power that I think helps a lot in a big ballpark. Um, but Brumbaugh, he was a decent kind of prospect for us. Um, he isn't bad. Maxudian, good gap power. Not great defensively. So it's kind of like a lot of these guys are right around that level to where it's not like, yeah, I really want to go for it with them. But they do have some good stuff. So I'll kind of just keep my eye on where we're at with finances. We have 27 mil available. Our player payroll is pretty low. Earlier in the year, it was higher. So, teams must have kind of picked some guys up. They've done trades and stuff, I know. Um, so we haven't really done any yet in the off season. Here's the trades we got here, like Bill Mueller being traded after a season, Chan Ho Park being traded. I guess not a lot of trades here, but first day of the off season, we've had a lot of waiver moves and some trades. So here's a salary arbitration. We got Lennon and Barton, our closer, back. He had a real good year, 19 saves with a 2.42 ERA, which was a 2.03 ERA plus because of how the league is. And he's popular as far as fan interest goes. So I really like him. We're for sure going to keep him. But his arbitration, that's a pretty good deal, 230,000. So we're going to keep those guys. Magnanti, I traded for him kind of as a rental with the option of renewing him. He is very popular, but he's not impressive at all with his ratings. He was an all-star. He had a real good year. I mean, he was 227 ER plus with us. That's only 8 innings. He was outstanding. And he had a 187, which is still really good, with was it Tacoma Rainers before getting traded to us. So definitely good numbers. But what does he want as far as renewal? Yeah, he wants over a mil. So I know we can afford it, but I'd rather save. Like Maddox was what, 3.8 mil or something, maybe even 2.8. I'd rather save that money to try to get better players. So I'm not going as much for um, depth, I guess, as far as infield. I'm going for quality. Like, let's get a guy or two that are studs. And then pitching, again, I've got pretty good depth here already, but I'd like to add to it. I'd like to get another, like Maddox. That'd be huge. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm not going to go through all the award voting. We'll just submit an empty ballot here. We'll see who gets the awards. We got about a week coming up here first with Gold Glove Award. So we're simming through that. You can see the links there. We lost to the 89ers in 4. Here we got a trade proposal from the Louisville Redbirds. They want Lennon. Our assistant GM says this would be a mistake. They want Estes too. I'm definitely not giving him up unless it's a very good deal. They're trying to give me a AAA guy who's got pretty good ratings. I like this guy. He strikes out a little too much for my liking, but other than that, he's pretty good. And then a average to slightly above average, especially when you factor in his defense. Second baseman, AAA guy. I mean, I like those guys, but certainly not for Estes. Lennon, I might consider that. That's pretty even. But yeah, not with Estes Toths in there. So we're gonna reject that one, no doubt. Here's a reliever of the year. Oh, was this AAA or something? Oh yeah, that was single A, Fort Lauderdale. So one of our guys got it. Eric Dinyar was the reliever of the year. What other news we got? Nothing else really. Here's the end of season top 100 prospects listed. So I missed that earlier. Um, yeah, we got a lot of pitchers up here: Wood, Halliday, Escobar, Carpenter, Javier Vasquez, Miguel Tejada coming in at number 1. He was in AAA with the Iowa Cubs organization last year, and then we got David Ortiz at 2. So Tacoma Rainers coming in first place. Wow, they got number 9, number 16, number 19, number 24, number 30. That presumably goes on, but it's only lists their top 5 or whatever. So their 30th is their 5th best guy. So they have a pretty stacked system. Where are we? We are pretty far down. We're 23rd. We got Rivera. Jimmy Anderson, I do like him. His ratings have gone a little bit down. Well, a lot since the draft, but a little bit down over the course of the season, especially with new players being added. And then we got Orber Moreno, who's in Double A. The minor league stats were big time inflated, big time hitting. So he had an 8.16 ERA, which is obviously terrible in real life, and it was still not good. It was a 76 ERA plus, but that's not the horrendous 8.16 that you would expect. So let's keep moving on here. Best Fielder Award. So, okay, here we go. Gold Glove. We got Jay Williams getting it as pitcher and Tony Bautista as a second baseman. So, yeah, here we are on Gold Glove. And then we got Reliever of the Year. Let's check that out a little bit here. We'll see who else we got. Here's the Gold Gloves. Jimmy Williams of the Sky Sox. Fabregas. Kevin Jordan. There's Batista. Quinn Gill. Some other guys. AL. Mike Blowers. He was a major leaguer, obviously, in real life. They got him at first. He played mostly third in real life. Jay Payton was a good outfielder defensively, especially in real life. So there we go. Let's go to reliever of the year. Got another trade proposal here. They're trying to get Lennon and Tilson Brito. So he was my starting third baseman. He's 100th prospect, or at least he was before those last rankings came out. I don't think he was there. He's a 103 OPS plus. Don't value either of these guys super high. They would send me Jacob Cruz, who I like him. We got a very high scout on him. I'd like to see his defense a little better, but it's not bad. He's a lefty, so that does help in our ballpark for home runs. Our assistant GM strongly advises against this. It would be, and then Amador Arias, who is just fast, and that's really about it. So I don't know. I don't think I want to give both those guys up for Cruz. Maybe if it was 1-for-1, I'll discuss it here. Um, Edit offer. Who do I want to remove? Brito is only 23. Let's try to keep him, and then you guys can remove Arias. Now my assistant GM saying there's no chance, basically. So maybe they wanted what's his name? My third baseman. Where is he? Oh, this is prospects. Let's go to 40-man roster. Brito, there he is. Let's put Brito in there instead of Lennon. What do they say? Said maybe we could ask more. Okay, so that's who they really want out of this. Um, do I want Cruz if I give up Brito? I do like his defense. Look at his defense. Real good at turning double plays, real fast. I mean, Cruz is not that much better at hitting than he is. He's got a good eye. But I think I want to keep Brito. I value defense with this team, so we're gonna back out of this one. We're gonna reject that. So, do we have a reliever of the year for the Lynx? Hector Carrasco. See who else got votes? Any of our guys? Nope. Oh, that might have been that was in the AL. That's potentially why. Here we got Scott Davison, and Barton came in third place. That doesn't surprise me. He was solid. Now we got the great best hitter award, not the Silver Slugger, but best hitter award, and Pickering and Pulsifer as a pitcher. So let's scroll this here. Jason Bates used to be a Colorado Rocky and Colorado Sky Sox. There's Kendall, Horn, Peyton coming up here as a Silver Slugger as well. So he looks to be a good young player. Was formerly number 51st prospect. Let's check out the NL. So here's Pulsifer. Wow, he slugged 570 in 54 at bats, hit over 300. That's pretty solid. What are his ratings as a hitter? Not very good. Well, that's now, I guess. So they may have been before all the new players were imported. He might have been pretty solid. There's a Banez, Vanderwall, Castillo. A lot of good names here. Fox. There's Manny for us, Manny Francois. So and Pickering both got it. So pretty good. I mean, you don't expect it to be different when you're in such a huge hitters park. Rookie of the year, Jason Bates, who we just saw. Any other votes here of guys that are Sky Sox? No, but you got a lot of other good young players. There's Peyton, and in the NL, oh, that's why we wouldn't have guys. We did get some. So Andy Fox won it, and Scott Bryant, the All-Star, finished third. And then there's Jermaine Allensworth. Yeah, he was a stud for us this year. Good young player for us, very fast, very good defensively. Now we got Manager of the Year, and then Pitcher of the Year, and then Player of the Year, aka Cy Young and MVP. Chris McKellen of the Lynx, since they won it, and the 89ers, Lou Piniella. Okay, now we got Pitcher of the Year, Edgar Ramos of the Yonkers Zebras. That's in AAA now, so they sent him down. he was New Orleans, and yeah, the New Orleans Zephyrs, and he doesn't have that impressive of ratings at all, but he did the best with this funky league that we had. So 157 ERA plus, led the league in ERA, and now they're thinking he's going to be a AAA guy, just with this new pool of talent. What other votes do we have? This was in the AL. Marty Jansen, Ryan Nye, Darren Dreifert. A lot of these guys are actually in AAA. Almost all of them are. There's Jansen's not. Price is not. But several of them are. All right, let's check out the NL. Yeah, Jay Whittasack, not surprising there. He was a high stuff guy. Had a lot of strikeouts. Is he in AAA? No, they're keeping him up. Seems wise. He's rated, got good ratings. Here's Pulsifer, came in like 8th or something down here. Had a good year. He's 11-5, 3.94 ERA in a definite hitter's park. There's Sean Estes, 4.44 ERA. So ERAs were also up kind of around the league. Okay, now we got Player of the Year. Looks like we got another trade here. Nothing big. Todd Walker being traded. And Matt Stairs, the shortstop of the Lynx, after they won the championship. Next, second, Warren Newsom. Not a lot of votes for him. And in the NL, we got Brian Hunter. Vanderwall getting 9 votes. Decent showing for him. And we had Scott Bryant coming up there. Interesting. There's Allensworth. I would have thought Pickering, he's way down there, but I would have thought he would have been our best guy. There's Manny Francois. Wow, tons of votes here. Patrick Lennon got 1 point, I guess, just for being voted for, being on there, being ranked somewhere. Okay, so that is it for the awards. Let's go to arbitration hearings. We got these 2 guys. We got another trade proposal here. Trying to get Lennon and Allensworth. They're sending me this 18-year-old pitcher. In fact, he was a Colorado Rocky prospect in real life. Yeah, with Salem and Asheville. Never made the bigs, though. I'm not even trying to pretend to pronounce his last name. Mike, whatever. So they're trying to send me him for Lennon and Allensworth. Man, I don't think so. I know he's 18, so he's probably going to get better still, but no, we're not going to do that. All right, let's keep simming. Go to arbitration hearing in 3 days. And here we go. Again, we just have our 2 guys. I left their offer at what the team offers. Now, remember, we got non-escalating arbitration. So that's not really going to affect these guys. But with other teams or other players, if they didn't have a good year, you know what? I might err on the side of a little higher just to be safe here. Let's go like 250. That's not much money off of our back. I think I accidentally hit withdraw. There's submit 250, and then let's go up to like 280. So if they had a worse year, then their salary could go down. So these guys, that's not going to be relevant for them because they did pretty well. So let's see how they get ruled. Here's our personal message, and both favored with the team, so that's what they're on. And again, they'll go to arbitration again next year. It's kind of estimating 350,000. Obviously, it'll fully depend on how he competes. So now we got free agents filing. That's going to be interesting because it's going to be a crazy free agent year. Here we go. Top free agents: Gary Sheffield, Albert Bell. Jeff Bagwell is listed as I guess because of his stats. Because in 90, he was good throughout the early 90s, but his ratings are terrible. Like, how is he listed as a top free agent? Maybe just most notable ones. I don't know. But yeah, there's Martinez as well. Some other real good ones: Piazza, Bonds. I'll kind of look at what they're all asking for. I'm going to go after Maddox immediately, though. He's the top guy on our list. We'll keep bidding him up if teams want to fight with him. Here he is. Yeah, 3.8. I mean, it's a pretty dang good deal. I could definitely use more pitching. We could always use more pitching at our ballpark. We got the money right now. We got 28 mil for free agents. He wants a promised starting rotation role. He wants a 1-year deal. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder. A lot of these guys are kind of just maybe gonna do that. They want to just feel out, like, hey, I've been out of it for a year. Let me just do 1 year, and if I do really well, I'm gonna ask for way more. Let's see if we can get him on like a 3-year deal for this amount of money. He wants a player option in the third. If we do that, yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. And we'll even, tell you what, Greg, we're gonna bump you up to like 4, 4.2, 4.5 if you want a player opt out right there. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good salary. But I mean, for Greg Maddox, let's see what he says. He said he's happy with the dollar amount, but he just wants 1 year. And then he bumped that up too. So fine. Yeah. Can I just go meet demand? He still wants that. Okay. Well, if that's what he's asking, then and he's not going to budge, that's what we'll do. We also got Kevin Brown. He's a high movement guy. I like him. Let's What's Maddox's personality, by the way? It says he's a good teammate, never missed a chance to golf. Brown is kind of a prankster. He's also an extreme ground ball guy. I mean, can't hurt to offer him. So he wants a 4-year deal for not quite as much as Maddox. He will be 34 when it's all said and done. So let's sort of back some of this off a little bit here. And then we can even increase. Like, I'll give him a lot this next year. Let's go like 3.8. And then we'll kind of just lower it a little as we go. How about maybe even a team option here for year 4? Give him like a 380,000 buyout. Let's see what he has to say about this. Got some bonuses in there. He says that's a decent offer. You should be hearing from me soon. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I mean, all these guys are good deals. You know, if Maddox doesn't accept, I don't know if I'll go after him because there's so many other really good pitchers here. Look at Pedro Martinez, 23 years old. He only wants 2.8 million. I mean, his movement and his control, like the potential is better than where it's at now. He is a fly ball pitcher. I do have fast outfielders, but you know, the fact that he strikes a lot of guys out, there's not going to be a lot of balls in play. So I don't know. Maybe we can toss our name in the hat. We got money still. We got 17 mil. He's one of those 1-year deals as well. Kind of interesting. Let's just do it. We'll go for it. 2.8 mil, sure. 1 year. You know, we can try to re-sign these guys if possible. Let's look at all batters. See what they're demanding. Some of the higher demands. Even higher than the pitchers here. McGuire, who this is crazy. There's no way. There's no way. Look at his, he's terrible. Frank Thomas, fair enough to be demanding this amount. We do have Bryant at first. So yeah, again, I could maybe go for a middle infielder. You know, maybe an outfielder to kind of compete with Lennon or Rivera. I mean, we do have the DH for half our games because we're playing a balanced schedule, and DH is AL only. So that would help as far as like Lennon. Lennon can also play a really good first potentially. So we could maybe get an outfielder. Here's Bonds. I mean, he's a lefty. He's going to hit home runs at my park. Defense, not great range, so I don't like that. But he's solid with hands and decent arm, but fast. He's going to steal. What's he asking for? 4.5. Yeah. I bet we can get maybe some other like Walker. Where's Walker? Did I just see him? There's Griffey. He wants 4.2. Here's Walker. He wants 3.6. He's got real good gap power. He's also a lefty. His range is not good. Man, in real life, he was a great defender. Says he's only at 45. This is a low accuracy, mind you. But I like going after him. Let's try to get him. 3-year deal. That's perfect. That's basically exactly what I would want. He wants a player option. Can we just get rid of that and just do he wants a no trade clause as well. Can we get rid of that and then we'll bump you up, buddy. We'll go like 3.9. Because since we got rid of those two things. What do you say about that? He likes it. Okay. Who else are we going to go after? I mean, there's no way we're going to get all these guys, is there? I guess it depends on what other teams are doing. That'd be ridiculous if we do. Piazza, we could go for a good catcher. His gap power is not good. He's high contact, so he would certainly hit for a high average at our park. I mean, we could use a catcher. I'd like one a little better defensively. Chris Holey's terrible. What about Biggio? He can catch. Not good either. And it only has him as a second baseman here as well. All right, well, you know, maybe we'll kind of see. I mean, we got 12 million remaining. We might need to use some of that. Like on average, if each of these guys wants 3 million more, that would be it. That would be all that we have. So they might get bidded up. I mean, I don't know. Like other teams do have money too. Let's check them out. Like we're at we have 29 million is our budget. Same with the Bisons. Clippers, yeah, they're all right around that. Cubs are at 38 mil, so they certainly could be going after some good free agents. They had a bad year, but they've got huge fan interest and market size. I get where are they in Iowa? Somewhere in Iowa. How about the 89ers? Yeah, after making the World Series or the championship, I guess. So we do call it the World Series. 37 mil. Um, where are what's their names? Who just won it? Lynx, Ottawa Lynx. They have very high fan interest, but everything else average, not a high budget. So currently they have decent amount of money available. So yeah, it'll be real interesting to see. Let's go ahead and start simming. I don't think I really want to do a lot of trades. I mean, I don't have like I'm not high in certain areas and low in others. Where it would make sense to trade. It's kind of just more like I could just add guys to help me be better, and I got the money. So let's do that. All right. So nothing doing yet. Haven't really heard from anyone. We've got winter meetings coming up here in a couple weeks. November 6th. I did see down in the news already some signings. Here we have a trade proposal. Redbirds trying to send me Keith Lula, 20 years old, AAA guy. Looks decent. I like him. Could be real good at first, but otherwise is pretty solid in the infield. Brian Donnelly, nothing special, not very good. Closer, fly ball pitcher. Trying to get Lennon Allensworth. You kidding me? I mean, I do have trading on hard, so I'm sure none of these are going to be good deals. Here we got a couple trades. Starting pitcher rookie leaders. Let's go to offseason center. See if we've got some recent signings here. Recent signings: Robin Ventura going to the Louisville Redbirds, I believe that is. Lore. Got him for a 2-year deal. I'm interested to see how much guys are going for. So he's pretty solid. This is a low accuracy though, but good defensively. He's a guy I would like. Um, but he signed for 3.2 a year for 2 years. A lot of these guys, yeah, 2-year deals. No one really, everyone's feeling each other out. Here's a 6-year deal. Bobby Higginson going to the SABU, Salt Lake Buzz. So he's on a big long term deal there. What did he get for 3.5 mil a year? So it's the biggest free agent signing we've seen yet. So I feel like we're in the ballpark with the guys that we've offered. Um, I'll be interested to see if McGuire and some of those guys that have really gotten worse if they get picked up. Here's an update from Maddox. He said you're a front runner, but he's just give me an update. Like, hey, I want a little more time. Walker wants some more days. Okay. And Mike Magnanti signed with somebody else. Signed with the Salt Lake Buzz. They gave him 523 for a couple-year deal. I mean, that's probably good. He's very popular. That would have been smart for me to maybe do because it said our fan interest went down, which it did. We do still have some really solid guys here though, and I would like to bulk up our pen. But if we get those starters, we can move some guys to the pen. I'd be happy to do that. Like a lot of these guys are not Kroon, Williams. They're not real proven as starters. Maybe even Estes, as a lefty, high stuff guy, maybe he could be a good reliever. I mean, I like him right now as a starter for sure. But yeah, we can move guys to the pen because those top pitchers were not relievers. However, that does make me think. I just had it sorted on demands because I was looking for the big money guys. But what about pitch ratings? Let's go to pitching potential. Here it is. Let's look at stuff or movement. Yeah, wow. Pedro, Schilling, bunch of starters that are going to have high demand. Here's Ricky Bottalico, lefty. Was, yeah, in real life, not up in the bigs yet. He pitched 3 innings with Philadelphia. He's a fly ball pitcher. Yeah, I don't know necessarily. I mean, I'm sure his demand is not high. Here's Rob Nen, big time movement and stuff. Let's see what he's wanting. 1.5 mil. He's looking for a 1-year deal. Can we get him like, yeah, I mean, can we go 2 year and second year as a team opt out? Let's try that for, let's go 180 and let's bump him up. Um, we want, you can go 10% as a minimum for your team option buyout. So let's go 1.8 for him since we're bumping it up to 2 years. Let's see if he does that. Let's go like 1.6 in year 2. What does he say? Okay, he likes that. Good. Yeah, he would be a stud. Now, was he? Yeah, 93. He was up, but he wasn't good. This is real life stats, which carry over. And then in 94, strike shortened season, that was his like breakout year in real life and in this game, importing all the history. So obviously he did not play. He was involved in the strike, stayed out 94 and 95, and now he's back and he's looking good. So we'll try to get him. Let's keep simming here. Those guys gave me that update. They said they wanted like a couple more days, but neither of them have told me they've gotten a better offer. Here's Kevin Brown, same thing, updating me. Says he's impressed compared to everything else. So he might be getting other offers, but not higher. And here's a trade proposal trying to get Tilson Burrito, trying to give me a catcher. Jesse Levis, not very good defensively, not fast, which you don't care in a catcher. Doesn't strike out is really his main thing. He's got a good eye. Our assistant doesn't like it. And yeah, Tilson, I mean, he's fast. He's good defensively. I like him. We're gonna reject that one for sure. Looks like Mark Grace got picked up here. Yep, by Oklahoma City, the 89ers. 6.3 over 2 years. So it's yeah, kind of getting an idea of what the stars are taking. There's Pedro, an update. He said, yeah, he just wants to wait. Nen, same thing. Got some trades. So nothing doing yet here. I'm gonna keep simming through the winter meetings. I might be getting some more trade proposals. Nope, they're done now. I mean, can we let's go to transactions and see. Yeah, all these guys favor the offer. Wow, what if we get them all? It'd be ridiculous. Four incredible pitchers. Now, granted, I mean, they didn't pitch last year. Kevin Brown did have, at 94, he had a 4.82 ERA. But, I mean, now it's a low accuracy. But, I mean, these guys are all money, aren't they? They got to be. They got to be money, especially Maddox. But other teams are not thinking so. They're not, at least they're not over offering what I offered them. Hall of Fame voting starts. I don't know if we'll have anyone eligible yet. I guess just some guys that retired. Batista kind of hurt. Yeah, it's all right. It's off season. Keep moving on. Hall of Fame voting not for another 3 weeks here. We'll kind of glance down at the transactions. Galarraga signed with somebody. Oh, here we go. We got Walker. We got Pedro. We got Kevin Brown. We got Greg Maddux. Unreal. So we got 4 out of our 5 guys. We're just waiting on Nen. And what does this do to our fan interest? Not that much because these guys maybe just aren't popular. Are they, yeah, unknown Maddox? Because I don't know, after sitting out of here, people don't like him. Yeah, insignificant. Pedro, unknown. That's hilarious. Walker, unknown. Yeah, so other guys have taken the niche, have gotten the niche of being popular because they just played. So, yeah, okay. Well, awesome. What is my manager Bobby Cox and my bench coach Tommy Lasorda do with these guys? Let's move them onto the squad. And we still have plenty of room on the 40 man. Let's see what they decide to do. Finish today. Maddox, Brown, Martinez. Estes is the number 4. And then Bill Pulsifer as the 5. So my old 1 and 2 are now 4 and 5. And they moved no one to the pen because Walker was other guy. So they got him hitting cleanup. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say. And so he takes Lennon's spot. Lennon, they like working in at first now and then. He's a backup right fielder. Rivera, backup left and center. I mean, I think we're pretty. Yeah, look at this. Maddox, first ranked guy right now. Walker, first ranked guy. So I mean, I don't know if these rankings, if it just factors in ratings or what. I don't know what it does, but I'm liking where we're going so far. So we're just waiting on Nen. Here's a trade proposal. Now they want. Now I might be a little more open to getting rid of Lennon, but they want me to retain 40%. That's fine. He's not on big money. They want Allensworth as well. Jason Dixon. No, he's just kind of an average. Now I could try to trade some guys to bump up my minors because that's pretty weak right now. But I think I'd rather try to win it all this year. So, like we've got to be the favorites, don't we? Here's a trade proposal. Um, Trying to get Lennon in Batista, not a good deal for us. Yeah, Nelson Figura looks okay, but no, we're not going to do that. Who's this? Randy? Randy Johnson going to Calgary. Wow, terrible. So they're just going off of his stats, his prior stats. He signed for 3.4 for 1 year, 3.4 million. I don't know. Maybe their scouts got him valued higher. Crazy. I don't know. Maybe he'll get real good. It'll be real interesting to see. Let's keep moving on here. Go to Hall of Fame voting. We're almost there. A couple more days. We got Rob Nen. We got Rob Nen. So should we look? We should look to try to get some more guys, huh? We got the money. Like I thought I'd be bidding these guys up. So I mean, yeah. Let's go to batting potential. Let's look at gap power maybe. And I like contact too. So Jerome Walton, he's 30. He's a free. Jeff Cirillo. Yeah, I like Cirillo. Look at his defense. Wow, great arm, great range. That's huge. He's got good gap power. I think he can really help us out a lot. Brito, I do like obviously, but he could play some second. He can even play some short. That gives us that depth at middle infield that I was talking about. I mean, Francois might be a bench guy after being my top hitter. They still do have him starting. But yeah, I'm going to go after Cirillo. I mean, we just have such a saturated free agent pool that it very well could be like he's not being pursued by other teams. So he wants a 1 year deal. Yeah, I mean, I've got the money here. I've got, even if we sign him, I have 10 million left. So let's bump him up to 3 and try to entice him with more money. We'll go 3 mil, 2.9. I got to remember though that for the future, I don't want to be screwed. Like if some of these guys don't pan out, caught up in all this big money for long-term deals, and they're not popular, so it's not increasing my fan interest for tickets. He wants a promised starting role. Okay, I guess. If it doesn't work out, they just get angry. Then the last couple of years, you could always trade him, but he appears pretty good. He's good defensively. I think I'm comfortable telling him he'll start. Let's try that. Maybe even a little higher here, like 2.9, 3 million, 2.9. Okay, he says it's fair. He likes it. Now it is a low accuracy, but then average accuracy with the OSA rankings is actually even better. Okay, so we got Hall of Fame voting in 2 days. Oh, I got a reminder here. What's that note reminder? Um, Reevaluate the financials. Yeah, like the share percentage income, cash maximum, all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I was maybe gonna mess with the AAA settings, especially were ridiculous as far as the league goes, but I don't have those things checked. They're kind of just run amok. So when I say checked, I don't have some of the stuff check marked that it says that it basically like controls how many home runs and stuff are hit and strikeouts or whatever. So I guess it just evolves how it's going to evolve kind of randomly. So this is a big time hitting league. I don't know. I'm just going to keep it rolling. And then, yeah, if a team is bad 3 years in a row, I'm going to contract the league. And then we might expand it. So that was the note. Yeah, it's got reminder another 280 days. Perfect. Okay, we got Hall of Fame voting today now. but there's none. Yeah, it looks like there's none um, because we don't have anyone eligible. Cast your ballot. What's it say? Yeah, no players eligible since we're a new league. And I think you got to sit out 1 year is what we got. Okay, well then let's keep simming. We got the Rule of 5 draft coming up next. Or was that the rookie draft? I think it was the rookie draft. Carlos Sprint. Oh yeah, we got Nen DFA'd. We got to put him on the major league roster. Is he going to be our closer right away? Let's see what they do. Yep, they like him at closer right away. So it's a good upgrade, I think, from Magnanti, at least as far as ratings for sure. Now it's a low accuracy, but I mean, it looks like he's pretty solid. So I'm really liking our pitching. Hopefully it can overcome the huge hitting ballpark that we are. We added Walker, of course. We're trying to add Jeff Cirillo. That would be a good pickup. Now, yeah, the first year player draft. So we do have the lottery. Here's a trade proposal. They want Allensworth. They're trying to give me Newfield. I mean, he looks kind of similar. I don't know why I would do it. He's not as fast or good defensively. So, no. Looks like we got a lot of other signings. Sosa, how is he? He's good still. He's got some potential left in him as well. Okay, so we have the lottery enabled for the draft. I think we'll see where we're at here when it hits. Here's another trade proposal. Trying to get Sean Estes. No, not for that guy. Louisville Redbirds. Trying to get these two guys. Who are they trying to give us? Yeah, I've seen him before. Just one guy. Nope, we're not going to do it. Not even going to respond to these guys. All right. First year player draft. Here we go. Yeah, here's some of the top guys: Ramirez, Vlad Guerrero, Jimmy Rollins. Now, when these guys were imported, it was like, hey, all these guys are gonna like be difference makers on their top professional Major League Baseball, we still call it, on their MLB teams. But now, like here's Erstad, he definitely can be a good contributor. But some of these guys, like Ramirez, he's only 17. He's not close to his potential yet. He wouldn't really do well right now. He could hit some home runs and maybe get on base with some walks, but he's not even close to his potential. Whereas before, like pretty much anyone that would be drafted was going to have a shot to help out their team immediately. So let's check it out. We're second to last. Norfolk Tides got the #1 pick. Nashville Sounds, Rochester Red Wings, Iowa Cubs with the 4. They had a bad year, 59 and 76, but they've got a lot of money. So does that they have a bunch of offers out maybe to free agents? They don't, and they picked that many. Is there a way? Is it too late for me to change that? Here we go. Perfect. I had it at like 12, and with all these free agents now, I'm going to go to 8. We're going to go to 8 rounds. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and start the draft. See who Norfolk takes first. Vlad Guerrero, Nashville taking Ramirez, who was the projected #1. Beltre going to the Iowa Cubs. Edmonton getting Chris Holt. And what did they go twice? Edmonton Trappers, or was I just behind up here? Darren Erstad. Let's just move to my pick. All right. I kind of want to lead toward a pitcher. Here's Gagne still available. He's 19. He's got high stuff. Not a lot of movement though. Who else we got? We have some high movement and stuff, guys. Not really. Paul Wilson, kind of above average at all 3, but he's not great at any of them. Chad Bradford's the highest movement guy. He's a reliever. I don't think I want to go after him. Let's see batters here. Who's the best available? Here's Gap Power, Chris Wakeland, Brent Butler. Got good potential to be a good fielder as well. Not a whole lot of. Who's my scouting director recommend? Jackie Rex Road. Very good eye, very fast. We have a very high accuracy on him. Not good defensively. I'm I'm not sold by this guy. So they kind of think he's one of the best available. I think I want to go with like Gagne. Let's go back to pitchers. You know, he's got the highest stuff available right now. He's a starting pitcher, 19 years old. Ooh, it does say his signability is impossible. But I get this pick back next year, and I'm drafting so low right now that I think it's worth trying to get him anyway. Let's offer the slot. Okay. Draft again. There's Fuentes coming in as a starting pitcher. He's got high stuff, and he's got average movement. He's a lefty. What's his signability? Very easy. Let's look at batters as well. Who's the best contact? Not a lot of good guys here. I mean, they're all pretty average. Kevin Barker, first baseman. Lefty, 20 years old, good base runner. Lefty fly ball hitter, that definitely helps at my park. I'm good with going Barker, and then we'll see if Fuentes is around next round. Let's meet his demand, 20,000. So is Fuentes still here? He is starting pitcher. I think he's the best starting pitcher available. Let's wait Kevin Gregg. I mean, he's pretty similar. He's not a lefty. He's 3 years younger. But I think I'll go with Fuentes. We'll go Fuentes here. Let's meet his demand. Auto draft till our pick. We're already halfway through. We're on the 4th pick. I guess maybe this guy Batista. He's the highest contact guy. He's real fast. What about defense? Yeah, a lot of these guys aren't refined yet. What about fielding ratings? Range, outfield range. Here we go. Yeah, none of these guys though are very good offensively. Yeah, it might be better to sort offensively and then kind of just glance at their range. Let's do that. Let's go back to batting potential, contact. You know, gap power. Yeah, maybe how's this Chris Wakeland? Okay, not bad range. He can develop. He's a lefty. I like this guy. Good gap power. He can hit home runs. He's fast. Let's get him. Chris Wakeland next. Who do we recommend now? Jason Regan, third baseman. Good eye potential. Wow, yeah, this guy's got some good potential. He's kind of a steal out, I think, right now. 19 years old. We got a very high scout on him. Not good defensively, but you know, if you get these guys and they're good, they end up being good prospects. You could trade them if you're looking for someone better defensively. All right, who else do they recommend here? A.D. Thorpe, a switch hitting shortstop. Very fast, good eye, pretty good defensively, but bad at hitting. They just think we can maybe develop him. I mean, I'm not against trying that, but there's some better guys out here. Like, look at this guy, Justin Bowles maybe. McGregor Briers, big eye, big gap power. Neither of them are great defensively. Yeah, Bowles, 40, 45 range. It's probably Bowles. Calling him Bowles. Let's see. Can I just scroll up here? It looks like I can. So let's look for good range because it's going top to bottom. Yeah, there's a 50 infielder, Brian Smith, but very fat. He's real similar to the guy that my scouting director likes. I feel like if we're gonna get him, we should just get that guy. Here's a high outfield range. Juan Tolentino, 60, very fast, decent gap power. Let's get him. I like Juan Tolentino. And then we'll maybe go with our scouting director recommendation for the last couple picks here. Ray Beasley, a closer. Neutral. Yeah, you know what? I'd like to actually look for ground ballers. So let's go to pitching potential, all pitchers. Let's look. There's extreme fly ball. Let's look for ground ball. We're on a bunch of neutral guys here. FB. Oh, there's none left in the draft. Neutral is as close as you get. Okay, well, there's Scott Schoenweiss. He's a borderline starter. He's a lefty. I like that. Let's go for him. And then the last pick, who's like highest stuff maybe, because we don't have a lot of good movement guys. Here's a decent stuff and movement guy. Yeah, not impressed. Um, maybe this Alberto Garza. He's a borderline starter. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. Let's take him. There we go. And that's it for the draft. Now, next we have coming up the Rule 5 draft. So we got to see who's not protected. Rule 5 eligible players. We don't have a lot of minor leagues, so shouldn't be a lot of guys. Which also reminds me, let's look at who deserves to be like bumped up and, or not renewed, bumped down. So we're going to start at the bottom and go up because all these guys we drafted, I'm probably just going to put in single A. Now the ratings, are going to be worse here, but 172 ERA plus, Dinyar. And then Eddie, also an extreme ground baller. I like him. He's got a good ERA plus. Berger, let's bring all these guys up to double A. Maybe Corey Arvid as well, 117. So let's bring these four guys up. Let's look at offense. Kevin Hooker, only 99 at bats, but over 1,000 OPS. I mean, yeah, he didn't start. They don't have him as a starter. Very unhappy. Yeah, I mean, he probably deserves to be playing more. Let's try to let's bump him up. Wow, we got a lot of guys here. A lot of good hitters in single A. Ooh, I mean, how many did we draft? We had 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. We got 22 players though. Yeah. So I think the guys that are not negotiating with draft, they just get entered in. I think they're already in here. Yeah, a couple of these guys here. Yep, there they are. So there's only 3 of them. But now there's 15 remaining. And we only got 7 pitchers, so probably need to send some pitchers down. Bennett, pretty bad ERA plus. Let's send him down. Let's send this guy Moreno. He was hot toward the end of the year, but still didn't get it done. So that'd be 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe Jarrett Wright. That's 11. I mean, none of these guys really have done enough to deserve to be up. Let's send these guys. And then Grant, he was hot and he was at 92 ERA plus. So we can leave him in double A. We'll send these guys down to single A. So now we got 12 pitchers in double A, 12 in single A. So maybe Lowe can go up. I don't know. I think 12's fine. And maybe even bring anyone down. Carlos Crawford maybe. Got rocked, 78 ERA plus. Let's send him down to double A. Frees up a spot here in the triple A spot because maybe there's some double A guys that are deserving to come up. Yeah, Scott Wank, a closer. He had a 145 ERA plus despite having a 429 ERA. Let's send him up. Ooh, I went to Colorado Springs on accident. That's all the way. There we go. Okay, let's look at double A hitting. A catcher, Jeff Lade. Yeah, how many catchers we got in single A? We got a couple, and neither of them. Yeah, they might come up this year or something. Barton, not really close. Double A, yeah, he could go up. We got 3 catchers here. Triple A, Ashby and Volano, we just have 2. So yeah, let's send him up. I mean, he's really the only guy offensively that's real deserving. Brandon Black, but he didn't have a ton of at bats. He wasn't a proven starter. Tucker, I like him, but 112 OPS plus. He's still 18. Let's leave him in double A. Okay, so we'll send up Jeff Ladd. And where are we at here? 32 guys. So they need more guys up or down. Yeah, hitters that need to go down maybe. Let's see, where are we at with AAA first? AAA, we got 24 guys, so we could take a couple more. Kane Davis, 7 at bats, is the OPS leader of AAA. Yeah, we're kind of short on pitchers here. We only got 12, 12, and 13. So I think we'll keep the pitchers where they're at. I suppose AA, we could bump a couple more guys up to AAA. So let's go Tucker, I guess. We'll go Tucker and Alvarez, 2 outfielders. That'll put him at like 26, I think, up there. What happened with Alvarez? Promote to AAA. Okay, there we go. Did the other guy, did I go to AAA or did I go to all the way up on accident here? Yeah, there's Jeff Ladd. I meant to send him to AAA and Tucker. It's because Colorado Springs I'm used to seeing as the AAA. So these guys need to go down to AAA. There we go. Okay. So Amarillo, my AAA. We got 27 guys. Perfect. AA, we got 30 still. So we got to either get rid of some AAA guys and send some guys up. Or even send some guys down and then get rid of some other guys like Vasquez. He's only 19. He didn't do well in AAA. Let's bring him down. Diaz wasn't a starter, but maybe should be over Vasquez. I guess Vasquez has much better potential. Perez, 19 also. These guys are in AAA. Let's send them down to AA, and then we'll kind of sort AA out. How much room do we have in single A? We got 8 spots left, and in AA we're 4 over, and I think we got at least 4 guys we're trying to sign as well. 3 now, I guess. Okay, and I might not get some of those guys, so let's send 4 guys down. Who's it going to be? Pitching, I'm not going to mess with that. So it's going to be some batters. Probably Felder here. Just kind of worst guys. Cirillo Cruz, even though he was starting, he didn't have very good OPS plus. Erickson, and then I guess Tarek Brock. Did I say 4 or 5? Send them down first. Down to single A. Where are we at here? 28. Perfect. And they got room for 4 more guys. All right. So now we just need to look at Rule 5 eligible. Basically, I'm going to look mostly at, well, let's glance at our top prospects here first. Rivera, Jimmy Anderson, those guys are protected. Orber Moreno, he's a number 93. I got him in single A. I don't know if he's Rule 5 eligible, but I'll check. Moreno, Jarrett Wright. I just sent these guys down. Roberts. So let's see if any of those guys are Rule 5 eligible. So let's make this easy and sort by AAA first. So Freddie Diaz, no, don't need to protect him. Rose is injured, not real impressive, don't need to protect him. Kurt Schmidt. So the Rule 5 draft, for anyone that doesn't know, this is teams can pick these guys off if you don't have them protected. You're protected. You're automatically protected though. So protected means you put them on your major league roster. You pay them the minimum. This guy, yeah, Kurt Schmidt, I might protect. I mean, but see our 40 man is at its maximum. We're at 40 men. So I might have to DFA some guys, take them off the roster. John Cotton, yeah, I don't see him getting picked up by anyone. So let's waive and DFA him. So now he's Rule 5 eligible because he's not on the 40 man anymore. Danny Patterson, 6.42 ERA. That's a 76 ERA plus. 96 in AAA, but nothing real fancy about him. I do like that he's an extreme ground baller. We'll waive and DFA him. So we got 2 spots open for now. Kurt Schmidt, I mean, I could see him getting picked over those guys I just DFA'd. He's really, so far, yeah, these 2 guys it says are on MLB. Tarek Brock, not worried about him. Felder, because even if they are a top prospect of mine, you have to be confident that a team. So I went on a tangent here, but if you get picked for the Rule 5 draft, teams can pick them off, but they have to keep them on their major league roster for the whole year. If they don't want to do that, if they want to send them down to the minors, they can't. They got to send them back to you. Carlos Crawford, nah. Chris Eddy, I don't think so, and Doug Kimbler. So I'm really not concerned about any of these guys, except for Kurt Schmidt. I'll protect him. So let's just bring him up. Oh, I do have 7 guys over up in AAA. So that I got room for 6 guys in AAA. I'm sorry, up in the major leagues. So yeah, we're pretty close. We're pretty close on having enough room and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and sim to the Rule 5. So you have to have them protected on your major league roster, or if they're not, they can get picked. And let's see what we got here. Here's a Rule 5 draft. It's the same order as the other draft, it looks like. And here's the guys that are available. So Rico Brogna looks pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty stacked though right now, or I might try to take him. But you have to have room on your 40 man, and then he's got to stay on it. This guy looks good. I like him, Roberto Pitagin. Yeah, he was up in the majors a little bit. I like him as a first baseman. Now, I do have Scott Bryant, and the DH spot's kind of filled. I mean, I don't think I'm really gonna take any of these guys. What about pitching potential? I mean, I guess I could take him and just kind of be a bench player, fight for a bench spot. You know what? Why not? Let's take him. Let's take Pettigene. Oh, that's if he doesn't get picked here, which he did not. A couple guys did, but he did not. So yeah, let's go ahead and take him. We'll put him on the bench. If he's not panning out, we'll just return him. Okay. So no one got picked from us. Let's see who got picked. Were there a lot of picks? Not really. Rico Brogna got picked by the Phoenix Redbirds from the Lynx. Okay. Cirillo just updated me. David Justice going to the Louisville Redbirds. He's solid ratings wise. So really, that's pretty much all we got, except for just letting free agency continue to pan out. I need to finish the Rule 5 draft. Let's autocomplete draft. We got these guys that we DFA'd now, so they'll both go into AAA is what I'm thinking. So I got 4 more spots, and I'm gonna have to go 8 guys down. So that'll be now. There's gonna be some guys. Gibraltar, he's gonna start on the IL. Rose will be back. We got a couple guys. Jimmy Williams, I think he's out for a long time. Yep. Gibraltar might not actually start on the IL. He might be back in time. But yeah, some of those guys, they'll be on the injured list, so it won't matter. Here's Gagne, not satisfied with the offer, has no intentions to negotiate any further, won't sign, going to re-enter draft next year. Okay, I'll get that compensation pick at least. Where are we at with Cirillo here? Favors the offer. I got 9 mil still remaining. I mean, should I try to get another bullpen guy? Stuff potential. There's Clemens still available. I mean, I got the money. What's he want? 3.2 for 1 year. If I get all these guys for 1 year, especially if they do well, they're all going to want a lot more money. So it's really, I don't want to set myself up to have a terrible future. Who's this? 70s across the board. Smoltz? Wow, now it's a low accuracy, but that's still enticing. Average accuracy, and it's higher. I mean, what's he want? 1 year deal, 3.6. But you still got 5.5. Yeah, see, I want to be able to re-sign some of these guys. So that's kind of the problem. I want to save up some money to re-sign these guys. I think we're pretty set, like with our rotation. And that adds some depth to the pen. So we also got Nen. So I mean, and strategy wise, can we have a slower hook maybe for these guys? Let's do that. So let's go to early. Let's go kind of a slower hook. Late. Let's bump it up one more, and then late, like ninth plus. We'll just have basically average. Okay, it is perfect. All right, let's keep moving on here. I know we'll hit January 1. That's an auto save moment. That game requires that. So we got the auto save here, and then we'll keep moving on. Received a personal message. Cirillo signed. Solid. I mean, I feel like just the free agent pool is so deep, you can just get whoever you go after. So, oh, I gotta free a spot up on the 40 man now. Gibraltar, he can't be on the IL, can he, in the off season? Yeah, correct. So I'm gonna have to find someone, probably one of these AAA guys. Yeah, like Wegant. He's he's not gonna get picked up by anyone. I can definitely DFA him. Maybe some of these other guys. I don't know if I want to yet. Let's go Wegant. That frees up a spot for Cirillo. Okay. I mean, we're loaded. We're loaded this year. Now, I mean, these guys, I don't know. Maybe they're not all proven, of course, or anything. Okay, here's what happened here? DFA. Oh yeah, Wagon back in at AAA. So the guys all had a year off. They're not proven. It was really like a year and a half. Some guys, though, according to my scout, got way worse. Some guys did not. There's Gagne. I already knew about him. Let's keep simming. Hall of Fame results, which will be nothing. Got that compensation pick. Let's check. Oh yeah, so offseason center WAR added. We're not going to be high up there because our free agents didn't have any WAR. We actually lost. We're 1.3 in the negative. The Buffalo Bisons making the highest WAR added. They signed Brian Hunter, who was with the 89ers last year. They made a couple trades as well. They got Jason Kendall. He had some awards. What did he get? Silver Slugger or best batter at catcher. I'm curious to see the preseason projections, to be honest. Now, my owner is also going to come back here in the preseason when we get to that point here in a minute, simming to it. He's going to have an updated um, budget for me. So we'll see what that is as well. Here we go. Here's a message. Yeah, so drop my scouting budget, not very much. Drop player development, not very much. Raise draft budget, a decent bit. And we still have 16 mil for extensions, so I love to see that. Here's all my upcoming free agents. Let's go back to default. Let's sort by demand. So a lot of these guys are minor leaguers. I like to just try to knock them out real quick, get them on minor league deals, which cost me nothing. And then all these guys are going to be major league free agents. So Maddox and Martinez really the main. Yeah, he's already demanding 9 mil, and Martinez demanding 7 mil. So what am I at? 16. So that's maybe he knows. Maybe they know that. That's basically how much I have available. So I could either kind of take the risk and try to get both of these guys right now. Like what's Maddox is 29. What's he looking for? He's looking for an 8-year deal now that he's on a 1-year deal with me. So that put him at 37, and I'm giving him 10 mil at the end. I don't know. I don't know. Like for us being such a hitter-friendly ballpark, like pitchers might come here to die. They just might not be good. So I don't know if I like a long-term deal. What's Pedro? I like this a little better. This is 4 mil. I mean 4 years, and 6 to 8.5 mil. I don't mind that. I still have 10 mil left if I get him. He's only 24. So this would, keep going like into his prime. And just with the high stuff he has, I don't know. I kind of want to wait and see like the first couple of games, see how he looks. Maybe it's worth just taking the chance. I mean, I know it is Pedro Martinez, but it just seems like there's a weird catch. Like, why were other teams not going after these guys, not offering them more? I mean, their ratings are solid. I know they had a year off. They didn't have good stats, but other guys were picked up that had good stats and didn't have good ratings. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I mean, 8 mil. What's our current payroll? Is that a big chunk of it? It is. It's 24 mil is our payroll right now. So that would be a third of our payroll to one guy. Like right now, it's just the free agents that we got that are on big money. And Pedro would be on way bigger money. He's on 2.8 right now, and he would go to 6 all the way up to 8.5. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, I'd like to wait. I'd like to see if we can get more fan interest, get more season tickets and stuff, win the World Series. And in that case, maybe I got the money to do it. Okay, we're at preseason begins. So basically that's just that update of your owner, of your boss. We'll keep simming here because then we'll get ready for spring training and we'll be able to see the preseason projections at least before spring training. They come out with another one after. But let's check it out to see where we're at. I'm curious because we got highly rated players that just maybe rusty or something. I don't know. They had a year off. Here's our player development. A lot of guys improving. That's good to see. Looks like John Wetland signing for almost a mil. Yeah, pretty interesting. Definitely, if this happened in real life, with the MLB folding and then the new league starting up and then all these free agents entering the market, definitely would be the most interesting free agent off season in the history of the game. So we're almost to spring training begins. A couple more days here. Barry Larkin might actually get picked up. Has he improved? Oh, look at that. A little bit. Well, actually, no, I think that's about what he was at. Oh, look at that. My scout, I think, is just way off on him. Way off. This is the OSA ratings, the kind of the. Now, that doesn't mean, like, neither of them are very reliable, but he's, like, good. And then my scout says he sucks. So I think maybe my scout was just off on some of those other guys, like Bagwell and them. That would make the most sense. I think he was just way off. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it bumps up all the 40-man guys, and then I'll add 13 more guys here. So maybe just keep the guys off that my scout says don't need to be up. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's pretty much perfect. So I meant to not check those guys and check everybody else. So let's check them all, and then we'll remove these guys. We'll bump everybody else up to spring training from AAA. Looks like that's everybody. Okay, perfect. So that's our AAA. Let's before the preseason projections get loaded. Let's have Bobby Cox update the staff here. Here's how he likes it. Maddox, Martinez, Kevin Brown, ridiculous. Estes Pulsford. Jay Powell is our number 6 guy in spring training. Rob Nen at closer. I'm liking that. Let's have him update all depth charts and lineups here. Where are we at? We got Cirillo leading it off. Pickering, 19 years old. They got Batista hitting third. That's interesting. Walker, Brito, Francois, Allensworth. They like Chris Ashby over Max Sudian. So Ashby would be a rookie this year. Okay, well now let's check it out. Let's go to preseason predictions. I mean, we gotta be up there, don't we? I don't know. I guess if it were real life, there'd probably be a lot of question marks around some guys that have had a year and a half off away from the game, haven't been playing, versus the guys that have been sharp and had a whole season the year before. So let's see where we're at here. I'm not gonna let's keep it a little bit of a teaser. Let's check out some of these other teams first. Zephyrs looks like we got a close one here. Zephyrs and Red Wings maybe. Pawtucket Red Sox right behind them. How are the Zephyrs? They got a couple of decent guys, but not great depth. Just some guys that stand out. Indianapolis Indians projected to win 75 games. They got some good talent here. Brady Anderson, David Cone. That was a pickup, a free agent pickup. Tacoma Rainiers. Top hitters, Reggie Jefferson. So he was a former MLB guy. Bichette was a former MLB guy. All these guys, all these top. Erstad, he's a rookie, so he's up with the Edmonton Trappers, projected to be one of the top hitters. Mo Vaughn, he was a former MLB guy. Chili Davis, a bunch of these guys are former MLB guys. What about Giles? Yep. Well, not a former. He was a former minor league guy, but must have been up on a major league contract when the strike hit. Olerud. Here's Kendall. So you got some guys that were here around last year, just not a lot of them. Randy Johnson, there he is. Remember, he had a terrible rating according to my scout. We've changed our tune on him. He's actually incredibly good, is what you would expect. So he's with the who's the CAC again? Calgary Cannons. That's right. Schilling, Glavin. Okay, well, if these guys are all projected to be good, then certainly we've got to be at the top. Here's Louisville Redbirds, projected to be good again. Norfolk, second. There we are, projected to be an 84-win team, best in the MLB. Iowa Cubs, projected to be second. Our gap is projected to be the biggest gap, 13 games over all the other ones. Where are the Lynx? What happened to the Lynx? Where are they at? Lynx, are they in the AL? Yeah. Oh, look at this! Wow, they just must have lost a bunch of guys or didn't free agent sign like everybody else. Projected to be the worst in the league. 61 and 74. Well, I guess Scranton is 54. They're projected to be terrible. Remember, we are not playing 162 games. We're at 130. So it comes out to be like 3 games, 3-game series against every team, I don't know, 6 times or something like that. Here we are, projected to have all these pitchers being studs. That's awesome. Well, I'm interested to see how it goes, but that'll be it for this sim. We'll jump in next time with the video to see how our team pans out. I'm definitely interested to see how that goes. I'm excited to see it. Here's all the latest signings. Jose Valentin, Greg McMichael. Still some guys available. Frank Thomas. But again, I barely have enough to re-sign the guys that I want to. 17 mil. And my payroll is already the 3rd highest. So we do have a soft cap. If you go over that, you're going to get taxed. So, it's not as simple as like just going after all those guys. So I like where we're at now. We got what we need to win. And hopefully we can re-sign a lot of these guys. They're going to want big money, but maybe we can get them anyway. Hopefully we get more fan interest, get more butts in the seats, and start a dynasty here with the Sky Sox. All right, thanks for watching. That's going to be it for today, and we'll see you in the next